Happy spooky season and welcome back to Journals and Dragons. My name is SJ and today I'm making a little bit of pumpkin spice chai tea to drink while I'm journaling. And this month my spread is all themed after Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I really love the Halloween party at Disney, and of course, due to circumstances, it's not going on this year, so I decided to go ahead and bring it to my bullet journal so I could sort of live out the Halloween fun at home this year. So let's go ahead and get started on those spreads. Alright, here is our cover page today, and this is based off of the sort of lantern wreaths that line the streets of Main Street, and these are so beautiful, especially at night when they light up. But they're really cute little glowing pumpkins within all these fall leaves, and it's got a lot of tiny pumpkins and little details in there that are just really pretty. So I wanted that to be on my cover page because when I think of Mickey's Not So Scary, that's the very first place my mind goes, is all those beautiful wreaths down Main Street. And I did go back later and add a few more details. So on this one, I just did the wreath and the lamppost, but I went back in and added some more leaves as well as a little bit of magical pixie dust later on to sort of give it a more like Disney pixie dust magical vibe, rather than just the simple lamppost in the middle there. From here, I head over to the right side and I do a very simple lettering style for October, and then just do the very small simple calendar. So you may want to make that a little bigger if you do need to write in like symbols or something for your month, but I don't tend to reference that, so I did a very small and simple calendar on the right side there. And then I just color it in using some mild liners as well as some of the Tombow markers, all in the beautiful fall colors, reds, yellows, browns, oranges, of course. That really made it pop. Another idea that I had later on when I started adding the pixie dust and the extra leaves and stuff, which you'll see sort of towards the end of the video in the final flip through, was incorporating Tinkerbell up in the top of the lamppost there as sort of a reference to the scene with Captain Hook where he is holding her in the lamppost. These next two spreads are going to be our habit tracker as well as our intention journal, and this is pretty cute. It's Minnie Mouse riding on her witch's broom sort of through the night sky, which is why there's the moon and the stars going on here. But all the colors I used for this spread were sort of towing the line between lavender back and forth between the purples and blues, so I picked the purpliest blues and the bluest purples I could find, and it came out just very nice and very calming. I also had a lot of star-themed washi tape, so I decided to incorporate that up at the top there, so I left a little space to just leave some washi tape. And this was all pretty simple. I didn't do any complicated like organization system or any complicated drawings or anything like that. It was pretty much just highlighting my headings with colors to make them stand out, and then going back in and tracing over things. One of the great things about Disney characters in general, but also just Disney designs, are that they're usually pretty easily replicable. They're not that complicated. They're usually based on pretty simple circular soft shapes. So they're pretty easy to do yourself, and it's not terribly difficult to draw a Minnie or a Mickey. Certainly not difficult to draw just maybe a simple Mickey Mouse shape, the 3 circles with a witch hat and a bow. Once again, if drawing isn't really your thing, you can replace this with a much simpler design, and I think it'll be just as cute. Last month I changed how I tracked the habits. I used to do like tiny calendars and fill it out that way, and I've switched to just doing like rows of dots. So it is a little harder to count. If you're skipping days, it's a little harder to count like 17 or something like that and to get on track. So you can switch that back to the old way if that's your preference. I do kind of like the dots better. I feel like it looks better, and I don't like writing down 1 through 31 like 7 times every month. So I have sort of liked this system a bit better, but certainly change it back to the old way if that works better for you. Okay, this page is a little different than what I normally do. I normally do like a book log or a wellness focus or something like that. But I really love Halloween and I really love spooky season, and every year I sort of have a bucket list of things I want to do for the season, of movies I want to watch and things I don't want to forget to eat, stuff like that, or like certain pictures I want to try to get during the fall season. So that's actually what this is. It's a whole Halloween bucket list of things I want to do this season, and I felt like this was kind of important this year, especially because a lot of us are staying home for Halloween. A lot of us aren't like going to go out to a party or trick-or-treating or to a pumpkin patch or something like that. So I really wanted to focus on things that I could do at home to enjoy Halloween to its fullest. So some of the lists I have here are music, movies, books, baked goods, beverages, pictures I want to take, just stuff like that. But you can see on the bottom there, I did a couple of pumpkins, a couple of them Mickey and Minnie inspired pumpkins, and then I also have a couple of Cinderella characters down there. I have Gus and Jacques as well as her glass shoe, because if we're going to be in a pumpkin patch, that just immediately makes me think of Cinderella, and it sticks with the Disney theme, even though Cinderella isn't a Halloween movie. But I would love to hear all of the things you guys are doing to enjoy Halloween at home, what movies you're watching, if you're carving jack-o'-lanterns, what you're baking, etc., to enjoy Halloween this year. So let me know down in the comments. And here we have our first weekly spread of the month. This is a pretty simple concept. It was just purple and gray, a very light lavender purple and a mild liner gray, with some boxes, and as the accents I added Minnie Mouse's cat Figaro, who's also in Pinocchio, down at the bottom there in a witch's hat, and then I have some Mickey Mouse bats. So they were a very simple shape to do, just a couple of like 5 curved lines and then 3 circles, and you have your Mickey Mouse bat. So that's really easy to do, and then all of the rest were very simple designs. Those boxes are just, I traced over them a couple of times and then outlined them in color. And I've been doing like a food tracker lately, so I just have kind of an idea of what I've been eating. So I have that down there at the very bottom next to Figaro, and then just a calendar as well as some goals and things that I'm keeping my eye on a little closer than my big habit tracker at the beginning of the month. So I keep 3 usually on the actual page if it's something that I really want to pay attention to if I'm doing over the course of the week. Also, I apologize if throughout this last page here it's sort of getting darker and the lighting is getting weird. I didn't realize the sun was setting in front of me until I looked down and couldn't tell what color I was holding. So I am kind of racing time without realizing here as far as the lighting goes, but I think you can still sort of see it and sort of get the gist of what's going on here. Here you can see me outlining those bats I was talking about earlier, and it's kind of fast and my hand's kind of covering it, so you can't really see what I'm doing there. But basically it's a very shallow curvy V, and then I did 1 additional curve down from each side, sort of towards the center, and then 1 more on each side, connecting together. So it was a really quick and easy bat design that actually looks pretty good. those pages one more time just in case you didn't get a chance to really see them as I finished them up earlier. You can tell I went back and added quite a few details, especially to that cover page. I added some more leaves, pixie dust, and washi tape. The other ones were mostly still the same. I might have added some washi tape or a few more colors here and there, but for the most part they're the same. So thank you so much to everyone for joining me for this one. I was really excited to do sort of a Mickey's Not So Scary theme this month, and I have a lot more planned for this month, so go follow me over on Insta if you want to see what the rest of these spreads are going to look like. And thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you want to see, subscribe, and I'll see you next month.